Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Happy Sunday. Good morning, Sunday. It's around 6:52 a.m. this morning. I have to take Banjo. So I don't have much political chit chat. I know I've been saying that recently, and then all of a sudden, half the videos like political chit chat. But I really don't have any political chit chat planned. But you know, this morning, this weekend, really, I said, I'm gonna do my tarot card on Sundays. That's what I do, so I can have an income. Um, and also, so I can have an income and uh, just kind of still be in the public square, you know, kind of situation. Put content out there. Um, it's been a tough weekend for me here in this neighborhood. Okay. And Poolnet's got our house for sale. Okay. I was correct in assuming that means absolutely nothing positive for me. But nothing new. Nothing that hasn't been done before. Experiences and situations I have previously found myself in. So, as far as tarot card video goes, where I'm going with that is, I'm looking at my desk in the little corner of my room, and I'm just like, it feels a bit confining and restraining. This weekend specifically. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should do my tarot card somewhere, a tarot card video, drawing, reading and drawing somewhere else. I don't have anywhere else to do it. So I'm really not feeling this. Going into the corner of my room to do a tarot card, my weekly tarot card videos. So I might not have a tarot card video for y'all this Sunday. So I need to figure out a way of where I can get somewhere besides the corner of my room. This is really not good this weekend. So I'm either not going to do a tarot card video, or I'm going to have to try and find another place to do them. My reading and drawing. Maybe next week might be better, but I don't know. I mean, we were sitting, Kimmy came over yesterday. We got Los Palopas. And we were sitting at the table, and then I can't wait to, for this to be over. For one. Oh my god. Can I see that? I had to take a photo. I can't wait for this experience to be over, for one. So what happened yesterday, while we were eating lunch, my mom bought us lunch from Los Palapas, and that was around the time when I was like, I'm gonna scroll through Instagram and see what happens. And it was not good this morning. It was not good again, but at least people were a little bit more fully clothed. So I guess we're done with the dog algorithm, and now we're getting the people, but they're clothed, selling me stuff. Okay, I'm certainly not gonna buy it. You wanna know why? I don't have any money, right? Okay, I do not have access to any money, nor is there even acknowledgement of said access. Okay, I'm a diagnosed schizophrenic. Stop trying to sell me stuff. I don't have any money. Okay? But anyway, yesterday at lunch, it was just somehow got into this. Oh, the voting. They said, "Have you voted?" And stuff like that. And then somebody brought up Patty Gibbons, saying, "Oh, she's against," which I think she's a city council member. You might be seeing Patty Gibbons signs here in San Antonio, or maybe not. But I think she's running for like a city council member, which she might have high hopes to then run for mayor. I don't know. But I think it's the city council member is what she's running for. She might be running for mayor, but I don't know. Apparently it's just, she had some comments about art is garbage or something like that. And then she had some like yesterday, man, that sunrise looked pretty. And she had some yesterday at the when we were having lunch, my mom, Jesse, Kimmy, and myself, while I was stuck in that little back area, no hope of a quick escape. But I've kind of learned how to cope with that, so to speak. If you're gonna argue against it, what's your argument? Anyway, it was about the voting, and then it got political, and then it said there was some like House amendment. I think they said House amendment, so I'm assuming the Texas legislature. I didn't ask fully because I was already just kind of like, here's another one of those conversations again. Zero acknowledgement that I am a political correspondent. Zero. Okay. At 9107 Rustler's Creek, with my family. Recently, Jesse's had a friend over, in which I have not been at the house. So my meet and greets are not free. Okay. Of course, I don't say that to them. I say that to y'all. But anyway, it got political. It's in 9107 Rustler's Creek. It's my politics are unevolved and quite basic, simple, and uneducated, maybe is the tone. Yeah, it was not a good conversation. It was like, well, Patty Gibbons wants to get rid of art, and something about Trump and his cutting the funding of art. So I guess I didn't watch my YouTube video. If you're wondering, that's how it is. They never reference my YouTube videos, like, ever. Let's go, Benja. Not one car. Have y'all noticed it? So anyway, yeah, it was just really uncomfortable lunch. Something about art. Something about if the House passes a certain piece of legislation, it is the city can't be in this amount of debt. There's going to be a debt limit. So that would mean no city bonds until like 2038 or something like that. So I was like, well, I hope that passes. I don't know if it's a city ordinance. I don't know if it's in the Texas legislature. I don't know how pretty those clouds are. I said, heaven is right over there. In those clouds. Anyway, yeah, it was just uncomfortable. And then they're like, oh, then Kimmy won't have a job. Isn't it funny how that's the conversation that we're having at 9107 Rustler's Creek? So they're going to stop the bond program and Kimmy won't have a job. She never got a raise when she worked at SEMA, ever. She worked there for like 5+ years or something like that. She has a college degree, double major, a really great work background, work ethic, but she won't have a job because they're gonna pass this thing in the House because the city can't be in debt this much amount of money. So that's the conversation having to do with Patty Gibbons. Even though she's a conservative, she said she can cut spending because funding in public art. I said, I don't know what else the city makes money off of if not art. So that seems a bit counterintuitive. Where is the city getting its money if not art? How much money do all these art museums make? That's what I'm wondering. Bad time to build a cultural historic site center then, according to Patty Gibbons. Things are very much situational, and if you have your and my argument has been that's why I have a political voice, not at the city level obviously, but maybe at the state and national and even beyond level, is because I'm able to not just have this notepad of arguments to lay out, but I look at the situation and evaluate and voice my opinion from there in a manner in which that is unbiased. If there is a biased perspective, it is explained, right? So anyway, very uncomfortable lunch. Having to do with Patty Gibbons. And you know how I redirected that? Because then they're doing that thing of conservatives are bad, Trump is bad. And then I said, you know, on my Instagram, I'm still seeing nothing but porn. I post all these photos of Trump, and still on my algorithm, it's nothing but porn. And then my mom gave a little laugh. It's just, you know, I don't know anything about that. And then the conversation changed. And that's when I posted a screenshot. And then later in the day, I did a little search. Because sometimes when I start to follow accounts, I feel like the content changes. It shifts. So, well, what happens if I unfollow it? Are you still gonna have the same content? The same changed content? Anyway, so yeah, I basically look up the San Antonio Aquarium, and I'm wondering, I was thinking to myself, I was like, is that why the algorithm is like that? Because they got this new mermaid thing, and they didn't have that when I used to be a member and then got kicked out. That is a new thing. They had that little area for it, but there was never anybody there. It was never in use, not once. But apparently it's all over their Instagram now, the Little Mermaid meet and greet. I was thinking, is that why Instagram is doing that algorithm? I'm wondering. I think that's a valid question. But yeah, I would be following the San Antonio Zoo, but I feel like their content had changed. I followed it for the pictures and the captions, and then I didn't. And then I feel like the content changed, the pictures changed, the captions changed. So then I unfollowed them and just check up on the zoo every now and again. I'm gonna let my pup begin 1 second. Okay. So yeah, uncomfortable weekend. It was an uncomfortable lunch. It was this thing where I'm not known for my political conversations. I'm not known in this household. I'm not known for people's reactions to my political conversations and discussions. Instead, in this household, this one right there, that one, right? You can count this part, right? I'm known for having backwards, wrong political ideas. And my sister, it's usually my mom and my sister Tracy who have those conversations with me. It's quite out of the ordinary for Kimmy to be a part of those political conversations, forced political conversations. But yeah, so I can't wait to get out of here for that reason. So I cannot wait to be out and have an actual political conversation. On that note, I heard a lot of people got, some people got fired, some people quit MSNBC, which is interesting. Situations going on there. And Jen Psaki, I know she went there after she was let go in the Biden administration to be replaced with infamous KGP. I say KGP, KJP, but it just kind of just rolls better. KGP. KGP and KL. That's what we got. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what's going on with it. Speaking of forced political conversations, I'm really interested to see what's going on with MSNBC and how all of that unfolds. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, very quiet morning this morning. I'm so happy about it. Finally. As far as the mayor and city council and proposition, I think there was just one proposition race. I don't know how that turned out for the city. Don't know, don't really care. So they don't care about me. All I know is Patty Gibbons thinks art is garbage. And I guess the reason I didn't like that argument was because, like, it kind of, again, ignores the unique situation in which we find ourselves in, right? Too much information, misinformation. So, you know, so those are completely two scenarios and situations, Patty Gibbons, about this art situation. But voting was yesterday. And in the past, voter turnout has really never been more than 12% for these non-presidential elections. So I guess I won't bother anybody more with all that. Anyway, other than I can't wait to see the financial reports. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's it. I hate to say that's it. It's so nice out here, and I don't want to go in the house. It's been not a good weekend. It's been, I think it's going to be another week, because also in that lunch conversation, it was my mom's birthday. May 7th is on Wednesday, and Mother's Day on Sunday. So I guess Moms for Liberty might have some stuff to do. A very busy weekend. Moms for Liberty. So, anyway, you notice how all of a sudden they're not in the news? So, Caroline Leavitt, KO. You have an influencer stuff? Moms for Liberty's there, right? That's what I would guess. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sit on this city-funded flooding solution. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait for there not to be such a breaking of the laws going on. So no interview, not one debate, not nothing. Nobody knows who I am anywhere I go. So I can't wait for this to be over with. Jesse's up. She got her little nose. I don't know if y'all can see. She puts her little nose over there. Yeah, I can't wait for this to be over and done with. And it's like gross to see, because it's like, you know, why are you gravitating towards the situation, right? Showing me zero displays of empathy. I'm not talking about my family member at 9107. That's a separate issue all on its own than when I'm out here in the neighborhood, out in public, the public square. Zero displays of empathy, sensitivity, and all that. So it's quite gross to see that a lot of the time. As far as like how a situation had to be, I'm very happy that I got to live quite a normal life, which, you know, yeah, I'm happy I got to live a normal life, and for as long as I could, considering the circumstances. But yeah, it's discouraging, and at times can be quite tiring, but a different kind of tiring, just to see who is gravitating and taking advantage of the situation that I happen to find myself in here at 9107 Rustler's Creek. This is a transformer, by the way. Transformer label. I didn't know that. This box is a transformer. But anyway, yeah, not a good weekend. It's disheartening to see people who, and from what I can see a lot of the time, and it's, you know, that's all I'm allowed to see, right? I can't see all the compliments and genuine support, but instead I get to see and interact with on a daily basis this zero lack of sympathy, empathy, let alone recognition of what this reality and situation is. Can be quite tiring. Draining of the spirit, but not really so much so, because if it was that draining, then I would likely have joined them already, right? But it's a tough life. It's not easy, and you know, for the people who are in it and fighting it and stuff like that, you know, it's hard to do. So, yeah, tough weekend. I didn't see anybody this morning walk, so that's a positive. My mom's birthday and then Mother's Day, so I'm guessing another week. I don't want to be stuck in the corner of my room. I'm really just resistant to that right now. that's getting the better part of me, then I need to be putting a tarot card video out there once a week for anybody who happens to be looking forward to those tarot card readings and drawings. But this week, I'm just kind of like, uh, I don't want to be in that corner another week. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, yeah, what a weird and unique situation me and my royal family find ourselves in. So, um, I just keep telling myself I have a lot to look forward to and all of that. So, yeah, I just can't believe that even before 2021, January 2021, my life was like this, you know? No escaping, no means of escape. And by escape, I mean joining the reality of the public square and stuff. So, well, who else is treated like this? Has anybody else been treated like this before? So publicly? Allegedly, considering this transformer here. But anyway. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee 1 second. Turned around the other way in case you didn't notice. But yeah, 47 has an interview with Kristen Welker, who had the very tough job of interviewing the two presidents for the 2020 presidential campaign during COVID, so there was no audience, no nothing. It was just her and the two presidential candidates. Back when Clown Gabbard was a Democrat, specifically a Democrat presidential nominee. Y'all notice that? Has anybody asked her, what do you think it took to go from Democrat presidential candidate, then dropping out, stepping down, to Director of National Intelligence? Anybody gonna ask any other cabinet members that question about Clown Gabbard? I know the popular thing is to talk about what's his name? RFK. So I know that's the popular thing to talk about and to I say talk about, make fun because of his political stances about vaccines. So that's weird. Clown Gabbard isn't grouped into that. It's just kind of the stigma goes with 47 and RFK. Okay. It's odd. I haven't been watching cable news very often, so I don't really know what's been said about them. And as far as being anti-Trump, there's I think if that's a lane that you're going in, because you're out of a genuine of you want to be a part of politics and discussing politics and all of that, journalist, there could be, if you're wondering, there could be advantages to being anti-Trump, and is something why I certainly don't get too triggered in watching people who are anti-Trump. There's ways in which you can work through that. That's such a go-to. And especially considering he wasn't even in the political arena before 2016, it's very interesting to see what people say and their arguments about that. And I guess the wiggle room and what cards to play being anti-Trump and stuff like that. So vocally. So if you're wondering, I don't shy away if there's anti-Trump news and messaging, because I think that is also an avenue to be able to have political discussions and see what people are about. The tone, using an anti-Trump avenue, pathway, back alley. So anyway, so I just thought it was interesting that those two were coupled together. So maybe that's a bit quite telling, right? It may seem counterintuitive, but if you're not somebody who keeps up with politics every day and stuff like that, if you're dealing with not the better nature of people every day, I think that's probably something that you can probably pick up a little bit more quicker. But anyway, mosquito, don't bite me on my face. Anyway, yeah, another week. I can't wait for to be with my husband, reunited again, be inseparable. But instead, you can catch his Kristen Welker interview this Sunday in BC. I think she's like a Harvard graduate. So, something like that. But yeah, I can't wait to be in the comfy confines of my husband and once again, and live a normal life. Such is my life. Being with my husband, it's gonna be great. But yeah, until then, I'm a diagnosed schizophrenic and nobody knows who I am. I am a nuisance in this neighborhood once again. Welcome to 2021. Anyway, yeah, my mom's birthday this week. I'm getting her a painting. I have 2 paintings, both almost already completed. I like to paint and listen to the Mile Higher podcast. The husband and wife duo. And sometimes they have special guests. Very nice studio. Anyway. Oh yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm gonna finish those paintings today and yeah. As a non-celebrity and public figure, let alone political analyst. Another week. It's depressing, especially knowing that what life can be like instead. I think it's quite telling. So domestic violence is okay. All of this other stuff's okay, but for me to have a man, a gentleman, who treats me right, in a way where I never would have even imagined. I had given up on all that completely, and then 2 days of gravy came along. Oh my gosh. So it's especially frustrating considering where else I could be spending my time. Okay, you see this? So yeah, I guess that's all I have for y'all today. 35 minutes. May or may not do a tarot card video. So yeah, I hope y'all have a good one. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your was it empathy, sensitivity to the situation. And if you don't have any of that, then I guess obviously I'm not thanking you for it. Obviously. But yeah, y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Happy Sunday. Another day, another dollar.